happening this morning. The FBI says agents may have found clothing belonging to Joyce Chiang. The items were found near the Anacostia River on the grounds of the naval station. Agents continue to comb the scene at this hour. Chiang disappeared about a week and a half ago in DuPont Circle. Her federal ID was found in Anacostia Park last week. And we'll have the latest on this story and continuing coverage of the impeachment trial today at noon.
It's 8:56, 4 minutes before 9 o'clock. It's Thursday, 21st day of January, 1999. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to News 4 at 9. I'm Barbara Harrison.
Hey, good morning, Tuna.
Agency spokeswoman Susan Lloyd says the items were found earlier this morning at the north end along the Anacostia River that may belong to missing attorney Joyce Chiang. Agency spokeswoman Susan Lloyd says the items were found earlier this morning at the north end of the Anacostia Naval Station, just west of the Frederick Douglass Bridge. A U.S. Park Police helicopter is aiding in a search of the area. Chiang's ID had been found in Anacostia Park January 10th. That's a day after the 28-year-old Immigration and Naturalization Service attorney was last seen near DuPont. The case of a young attorney who disappeared in the district.
As far as Megan McGrath has a live update on this case. Good morning, Megan. What's the latest?
Good morning. We are in Anacostia Park, where a search early this morning turned up several articles of clothing that may possibly have belonged to Joyce Chiang. It's unclear at this point whether or not that's the case. They are certainly checking into the possibility. This is the very same area, or right near here, where the day after her disappearance, her federal or government ID was located, and so they have now found several articles of clothing. You take a look behind me, you can see the search is underway. Just a short time ago, they actually had shovels, and they were dragging the bottoms of these deep puddles, looking for anything that perhaps may have fallen into the puddle and may not be obvious to the eye as you walk by. They're also doing line searches where they stand side by side and comb through an area, trying to cover every square inch of that area, looking for any kind of evidence, any clues that might help them in the disappearance of this young woman. You may recall that Joyce Chiang is a lawyer for INS. She disappeared back on January 9th. A friend dropped her off near her apartment in the DuPont Circle area, and that is the last time that she was seen. Now, the following day, somebody found her government ID in the Anacostia Park, but that was the only sign that was seen of her. Now, again, early this morning, a search of this area. We are near the Anacostia Naval Station where it meets Anacostia Park. There was a search of this area early this morning. Several articles of clothing were found. We're not sure at this point whether they belong to Chiang, but obviously, given the nature of the investigation, the fact that her ID was found in this area, they are certainly checking into that. They are also continuing to comb the area, looking for any other possible clues into her disappearance. You can see they're doing those the line searches right now. They just sort of form a line, hoping to cover every square inch, and they slowly comb the area looking for clues. At this point, we don't have any other information about the articles of clothing, what kind of clothing, what kind of articles of clothing we're talking about. They were, we should also mention, however, they're not just searching this parking lot area. They were also earlier up in the brushy area down along the side of the parking lot. There is also at least one diver in the water, so they are searching the shoreline over this embankment. You can't see it from where we're standing, but over this embankment is the river, and so they do have a diver in the water. They have a couple of boats. They are also searching that area. As far as we know at this point, the river search has not turned up any information, any evidence at this point, but they are obviously continuing to search, and we hope to get an update soon, and we'll bring you more information when we get it. Back to you, Joe. Barbara.
All right, Megan, thank you very much. And of course, Joyce Chiang is a graduate of Smith College, and many of her fellow graduates, hundreds of them in the Washington area, are planning to start holding vigils at DuPont Circle to bring people to awareness if they don't know already, and perhaps someone saw her that night and saw something happen. So we will, of course, let you know when those vigils begin. Breaking news at this hour, investigators have apparently found more evidence linked to the case of a young attorney who disappeared in the district.
We have a live update on that story. News 4's Megan McGrath is on the scene where a search is going on right now. Good morning, Megan.
Good morning. We're in Anacostia Park in southeast Washington. If you take a look behind me, you can see some searchers up there on top of that hill right there. On the other side is the river. They search of this area this morning uncovered several articles of clothing. Investigators want to know whether that clothing belongs to Joyce Chiang. She's the lawyer who disappeared back on January 9th. If we can take a look at the mass cam here, you can see there are several boats in the water. They are also searching the river in this area. They have at least one diver in the water. They're looking for additional evidence, additional clues. Again, they have found several articles of clothing.